Welcome back, children, to Geography with Juliana. And we are studying Chapter 5, Vegetation and Wildlife. And we are having a comparative study of the vegetation and wildlife in Brazil and India. This is our second video. In the first video, we spoke about the vegetation in Brazil. And today we are going to study vegetation in India. Can you identify some of these species of trees that are shown here in the picture? Yes, it's quite simple. The first one is the bamboo tree. The second one is seen all over, neem trees. The third one, is it a fig tree? No, it's from the family of the fig trees, but it is a peepal tree, the fruit of a peepal tree. And the last one is the banyan tree. We have an activity on page 33, 5.3. You have this map there. There is an index given. For the index and the map, I would advise you to refer to the textbook because it's not very clear here. Look at the index. The dark green represents evergreen forests. The lighter green, the deciduous forest. The thorny and shrubby is shown with the grey color. And Himalayan forest in white, in the cold deserts. And the coastal forest, the coastal regions are shown in blue. If I could blow it up a little bit, yes. Now there are a few questions which we need to answer. The first question is, which forests are found in the western snow-capped regions? Those are the snow-capped regions. I will need a pen, so just a minute. The snow-capped regions here. You find the Himalayan type of forest, the Himalayan forests, which is shown in white. We also see something white here in the hot desert. Does it mean these are Himalayan forests? No, these are sandy areas of Rajasthan. It's blank. There is nothing in that region there of the deserts of Rajasthan. It's Marusthali occupied by sand. The second question is, on which coast do you mainly find the coastal vegetation? And the coastal vegetation you see in blue, at this corner, that is on the eastern coast of India, in the marshy areas. The third question is, which type of forest occupy maximum area in India and why? Now, if you see, the light green color is occupying maximum area in India. The reason is because India falls under tropical region. The climate here is hot almost throughout the year. Moreover, in early summer, these deciduous trees shed their leaves in order to protect water. They do not want water to be evaporated through transpiration, which you study in science. Moreover, the rainfall in most parts of India, you find them mainly in the center, not in the coastal region, the central part. You find that these areas are regions of low rainfall, hot climate as well. And therefore, we have more of deciduous trees, leaf shedding trees. The fourth question is, where do you find thorny and shrub vegetation found and why? And that is shown with the grey color. So you find the grey ones you don't find it in western part of Rajasthan, but on the eastern part of Rajasthan. I don't know why my marker is not working. So if you look at Rajasthan, the eastern part of Rajasthan. I'll try and get it back again. The eastern part of Rajasthan, no. You look at your textbooks and this area here, that is the rain shadow area of the Peninsula Plateau and eastern part of Rajasthan and the entire Gujarat. So these are the places where you find the thorny and shrubby type of forests. Then we study in detail about the various types of forests that are found in India. Keep in mind, vegetation mainly depends on rainfall. Now look at the rainfall and try and identify what we just studied. The western side of India, okay, this part here, the western side of the Western Ghats, get very heavy rainfall. This part here receives heavy rainfall. Northern part, okay, the northern part of India receives very low rainfall, but they receive snowfall. Western region, low rainfall, moderate rainfall. Okay, so depending on rainfall, we have just understood what type of forests are found. Now we will classify the forests found in India on the basis of rainfall. In the regions with more than 2000 millimeters of rainfall, okay, those are shown in dark green. Mainly you find the eastern, okay, the southern slopes of the Himalayas and the western coastal region and the Western Ghats mainly have these type more than 2000 millimeters of rainfall, and there are evergreen forests here also on the eastern side. Okay, a little bit in Orissa. Okay, so you find those type of evergreen vegetation there. What are the characteristics of these type of evergreen trees? They are hardwood, they are evergreen, okay, they are heavy wood and also durable wood. As a result, they are mainly used as timber and for furniture. Example of these trees are rosewood, mahogany, rubber and a variety of creepers. Then another type of forests are found in regions which receive 1000 to 2000 millimeters of rainfall, and that is most part of India shown in light green. And these are the deciduous forests. The trees shed their leaves in dry season, in early summer. It's quite common that we find the trees shedding leaf. The peepal tree, the neem tree, the banyan tree, the bamboo trees, they all shed their leaves during early summer. Example are teak, bamboo, banyan, peepal tree and neem trees. Then we come to regions with less than 500 millimeters of rainfall, and these are the eastern Rajasthan and the rain shadow area of the Peninsula Plateau. Here we have thorny and shrubby type of trees. The characteristics are small leaves and thorns are present. Normally leaves are modified into thorns. And examples are katechu, that is bubble tree. No, katechu is kher. Then acacia is bubble tree. Khejdi, which is normally found in Rajasthan. The camels feed on the khejdi trees. I'll be showing you pictures very soon. Then a variety of cacti and aloe veras and agave trees. These all survive in very low humid condition, in very low rainfall conditions. The fourth is the swampy areas of the coastal regions. The coastal regions are hot and humid throughout the year. Moreover, because of backwaters, they are swampy. And there we have mangrove type of forests. The wood is normally oily of the mangrove trees, like the Sundari trees of the Sundarbans. Light, they are durable, and also they have breathing roots. I'll be showing you very soon. In science, they are called nematophores. Okay, example mangrove trees and Sundari trees. And lastly, the Himalayan type of forest. These can be at a very high altitude, okay, where you have seasonal flowers. In the middle altitudes, you have coniferous, the pine trees. And at the foothills of Himalayas, you have mixed type of forests. Okay, so they could be coniferous, they could be deciduous, etc. For example, the seasonal flowers, variety of flowers grow within a month or two and then they die off. I'll be showing you pictures there. I forgot to write, but there are no names as such for the flowering, variety of flowering plants. Coniferous like pine. I could have written pine there. Maybe you can write it in your notes. And mixed type, normally mixed type can be pine as well as deciduous. Sal trees are very famous at the foothills of Himalayas. Now giving you some equatorial or evergreen type of trees found in India. Like in Brazil, we have mahogany. Like in Brazil, we have rosewood. Like in Brazil, we have equatorial type of rubber trees as well. So all these three are common for India and Brazil. Deciduous type, the leaf shedding type in the dry regions. Here you find the teak trees. There are plenty that are found deciduous, because we saw most part of India is covered by deciduous forests. So these are teak wood. This is the second picture. The lower picture shows you the biggest teak tree in Kerala. Okay. Here you have the banyan tree. I'm sure all of you, I hope so, might have swung on these branches of the banyan tree as little kids. Okay, while coming to school, I remember swinging on these branches and playing. Then peepal tree, the sacred fig. It's from the fig family. Okay, it's also called as the Bodhi tree, because it is believed that Gautam Buddha, okay, attained his sacred state under the Bodhi tree at Gaya. Okay, so, and the fruits there are not figs, but it's a fruit of the peepal tree itself. Again, deciduous tree. Bamboos are again deciduous trees. In summer or early summer, you'll find them shedding their leaves. Acacia or bubble. Now we come to the thorny shrubs of eastern Rajasthan and the dry regions of the peninsular plateau, especially the rain shadow area. There you find acacia or bubble trees. Remember those yellow flowers you must have seen. Okay, as kids I remember having used them as earrings. Okay, thorny shrubs. Katechu, kher. Katechu is a kher tree. Katha is normally made from katechu. Kejadi trees on which the camels normally feed. Also variety of cacti. These are just a few, but you can surf the net to find a variety of cacti that grow in drier areas of India. Cactus is also found in Brazil. Okay, then talking about the coastal regions now, the mangrove trees, look at their roots. Okay, they grow in marshy, swampy areas because they cannot go deep into the soil. They are submerged in water. They have these roots which come on the top of the surface called as breathing roots. Okay, so that's a peculiar feature of the mangrove trees, mostly seen in the coastal areas in India, mainly on the eastern coast. Now these mangrove trees are very important as far as the environment is concerned, because they prevent the floods. Okay, they break the force of tsunami, they break the force of flood waters and do not allow the flood waters to enter into the regions. And then ultimately the Himalayan type of forest, right on the top, according to season, they are seasonal flowers. They finish the season within a month or two, because then it gets covered with snow again. So variety of colorful flowers on the top. In the middle area we have pine trees, the coniferous trees, and right down at the foothills you find the sal trees. Okay, sal is also used for timber. So with this we end with vegetation in India, and in the next video we'll talk about wildlife in Brazil. Till then, take care, God bless you, see you very soon.